In this recording, we'll be looking at color contrast. We are going to use PowerPoint to demonstrate this. So I open up PowerPoint. We're just going to open a blank presentation. We're going to go ahead and go to the Design tab and choose a design. I'm going to choose this green with the orange colored ribbon up at the top. We're going to go ahead and click to add a title and go back to our home menu because I'm going to change the color of this text for demonstration purposes. We're just going to call this checker, and in the subtitle we're going to call it color contrast. Enter good or bad. So let's change some of these colors. For this checker, I'm going to choose a color that's a little closer to our background color that we have. For color contrast, I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to go with a pretty dark gray kind of black color. And for good or bad, we're going to stick with a light gray white color. So the idea for color contrast is that we need between the background color and the foreground color for normal size text, for text that is 12 point or 13 point or less, we need a 4.5 to 1 ratio between our colors. For large text, which is considered 14 point text that has been bolded, or anything larger than that unbolded, we need a 3 to 1 ratio. So with those ratios, I realize that in your head you may be thinking, Melissa, how am I supposed to know if it's 4.5 to 1 or 3 to 1? Well, it's okay. We can Google, or whatever your browser choice is, color contrast checker, and just click enter. I typically use this contrast checker WebAIM. They are really on the forefront of accessibility. So I'm going to go ahead and just split my screen here. And you're going to look at this contrast checker. Foreground color for us is going to be our text. Background color is going to be this green color that's on the back of this PowerPoint presentation. And you're going to see this hashtag or this pound symbol with these letters and numbers after it. I understand that you probably don't know what those are. Those are hex codes. They are number and letter designations for every color that there is available on the web, but you don't need to know those. What you do need to know is that this blue ribbon and this white ribbon, you can click on those. Then you can click on this eyedropper, and you can take this and you can click on anything in that screen. So we're going to click on that green, the green of our text specifically. And then we're going to do the same thing for the background. We're going to take the eyedropper and we're going to get right in between this C. And then this right down here, this WCAG, that is the governing body for accessibility, digital accessibility. It is going to tell us whether we pass or fail. So you can see that the color of the text, this green colored text on this green background, actually fails. So we know that we cannot use those two colors together. Okay, well, let's check this kind of black gray color that we used. Oh no, we failed again. That's okay. We'll just keep trying. Let's check this white color that we used. So again, we're going to grab this eyedropper. We're going to come over here and we're going to grab this gray white color that we used. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We see that for large text, which again was 18 point or larger, that we pass for this AA. AA is the minimum requirement that National Park College requires on all of its accessibility checklist. We strive to hit this AAA. In some cases, it's not achievable, but in this case, for color contraster, it is very achievable. So unfortunately, all three of them, we're going to look at these that all three of them failed. So easy peasy. We'll go back up here. We'll go back to our home and we will pick, let's just pick, a solid white text. And let's pick a solid black text. And let's see if we've got something that's pretty close to that orange color that they used, because maybe if PowerPoint used it together, maybe it's a good contrast. We'll go with this one, the kind of darker one. So again, I'm just going to split my screen here. I'm going to grab this foreground color, grab my eyedropper, and check my colors. And you can see there that the white color, the solid white, passes on all levels. We'll go ahead and check this completely black. We can see there that black fails on all levels. Now let's check that color that's kind of close to what PowerPoint was using for their highlight color. And we're going to see that it fails on all levels too. So a good rule of thumb is that if your background is dark, then the lighter your foreground needs to be, and vice versa. If your background is very light, the darker your foreground color needs to be. Now, is that a rule that's going to apply 100% of the time? Probably not. Again, your best option is to come over to WebAIM Contrast Checker or another contrast checker and use that eyedropper tool and just check it. But that is a pretty good rule of thumb. You want light on dark or dark on light.